Witch Vegas and how incredible that experience was for me. I tried to go live on Instagram for this, and Instagram is telling me that my account is not eligible, which is bullshit because I've done it before. So I don't know why I can't go live on Instagram. I'm sorry. So I figured I would just do it on YouTube. Um, I'm going to tell you everything about how incredible Witch Vegas was and all the wonderful people I met and all the goodies I got and just how fantastic it was. So um, it started and it was in the Orleans Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. That was my first time in Vegas. That was incredible. Like I had such a good time, and I was a little bit. I'm not nervous. I wasn't feeling nervous. I guess I was feeling a shift for myself because I hadn't even been in an airport and on a plane since I got out of the army in 2010. So it's been a long ass time since my ass was flying through the air. And I went to places I'd never been before. I was in Dallas at the airport there. That place is just as big as people say it is. It's huge. Um, and and then I stopped in Dallas for an hour or something, like had a sandwich, and then went to Vegas. And when I got there, it was incredible. The first dog I saw in Vegas was a dachshund. It was a kind called Red, like that sort of rust colored. Might have been more long hair than short hair, I think. But that was pretty cool. And one thing I did learn that I'm never going to do again to myself is to carry this suitcase without putting wheels on it. It's an old American Tourister. See this? I mean, everything still works. The key, the locks still work and everything. And it's in decent shape. Still got my junk in there. I'm not gonna lie, I've been back like 3 days now, and I haven't unpacked the whole thing yet because I've been so tired. Like I've been tired. So I've been tired and I have a lot to do. So I'm just one step at a time. But that is an old. Your grandmother would appreciate that that suitcase. But I'll tell you what, she'll appreciate even more. Hang on. This shit right here, this still got a tag on it. I know. This is this is also by American Tourister. It's and you can't look for the brand because I don't think they exist anymore. Like, but they should because their shit's made Ford tough. Like, you can do whatever you want to this thing. But it is American made. Thank you very much. So I guess that's why. The locks still work on it, and this line is called Tiara, but it's just a cosmetic case, or cosmetics or anything little you want to put in here. I did put cosmetics in here. I also put my little nightlight that I like to keep in the hotel room because I don't like to sleep in pitch dark. I mean, for what? Got some oils in here. I've got batteries for my makeup mirror I brought. Some face mask things I forgot to use that I should have because I looked so damn tired while I was there. Like, I was, oh my God, I was so tired. But I had such a good time. So anyway, I packed those two things, and then I took my business purse. And I got this from Beals, or Bills, Abubs, whatever that store is called, Beals. It was like $20 or something, and I bought this in a hurry too. I had to go to a business lunch, and I was like, fuck, I don't have a bag. And then I went in Beals and just saw this, and I was like, Pikachu, I choose you. This is it. So this is a good ass bag. I kept my laptop in here. That's all my receipts I got to put on my taxes. A couple of rings floating around the bottom, an extra pair of earbuds, and a charger. And it smells like my perfume. So, the trip was amazing. Like I say, I hadn't been on a plane in a long time. It felt good to get on a plane and be doing something fun. And some lady asked me, she was like, business or pleasure? And I said, girl, both. Business and pleasure is the same to me. Like, I have fun doing it, I'm good, but it's both. So I got to Vegas, and one of the my brain is old, so I want to say stewardess, but no, it's not anymore. The flight attendant. She said, and I don't know where she was from, but I recognized her accent. She said, "I can't believe this is your first time in Vegas." And I was like, "Me neither, girl." Like, I didn't get a chance to ask her where she was from, but she was cool. But she's probably been to Vegas a million times. She was a flight attendant, but she's probably 50 years old, so she's seen it more than anybody else ever could, I suppose. But um, got off the plane and waited a little bit, not long, just a little bit for a mutual friend that I had not met yet, but someone who was going to be doing the event with us. Her name is Lady TA. If you, I also have her business card. I'm going to go over all that stuff to everyone's information. Everyone I'm mentioning, I'm going to tag below. I'm live on TikTok as well. I can't tag people like that on TikTok. So if you have any questions about anything or anyone I've mentioned, just comment or message me. And I'll, answer your questions. Just TikTok's a little bit different, but so Lady TA came to pick me up, and she was unbelievable, and she looked fabulous, and she got to talking about her family, and she said, "Well, my family, blah 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 blah, the Kilgores, blah blah blah," and I said, "Who?" Because that's my family too. And we got to talking, and come to find out, me and her are related, and that was the first time I'd met her, and I knew nothing about her, and there we were finding out we were cousins. Like, that shit was nuts, and it was so fucking sweet. So got in her car, and her car is unbelievable. It's a beautiful blood red coupe, and it's got sedan, and it's got artwork that she did that looks unbelievable, that she had blown up and like stickered onto her car, on the hood, and it's a witch on a broom, and she's holding something. I forgot what it is. It's either a kitten or a candle or something. I just forgot. But I took a picture of it, so I have it somewhere. And I documented like the whole damn trip on Snapchat. So I have all that stuff saved. So I'm going to download the good videos off of Snapchat and upload them onto YouTube, and have a Witch Vegas playlist that y'all can see. So you can see, like how it went and what we did, stuff like that, and the shit I ate, whatever. Like, I ate so good there. So we got in the car, and then we picked up Reverend Patience, and I already knew me and her were related too, on the Puerto Rican side, which is nuts. Totally nuts. Like, the first time I saw that, she posted it on Facebook one time, and I saw it, and I saw the name, and I froze, because I never get to see my family name on there, like my dad's name, and it was on there. It's Quinones, and I just stopped. Like, I didn't know what to do, because I've never been confronted with that before. And with as much as I feel connected to her, and with as much as I trust her as it is, and the guiding light that she has been for me, and that's just the simplest way I can put it, I guess. And then to see that our families are related, oh my God, I had tears streaming. I wanted to call her and talk to her on the phone, but I knew I couldn't. So I just messaged her and said, "I'm crying right now, so I can't call you, but we're related." So I was related to the two people I was going to meet at the airport. Met them both for the first time at the airport at the same time. I was overwhelmed. I started crying, all that kind of fucking bullshit. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I hate crying, but I just couldn't take it. Like, my nervous system couldn't handle it. So getting picked up and meeting the two of them at the airport, like all in one go, was unbelievable and overwhelming, and it felt good. And and then we got to the hotel. This suitcase weighed an absolute ton. It weighed exactly 50 pounds, and it felt like it. And it doesn't have wheels. So the next time I take it somewhere, I'm going to have to use my damn noggin and get a thing, something to strap some wheels on there, because I love this suitcase and I want to use it again. It's just, I can't carry that thing without wheels. I can't do it. So I have the key. I have the key for it. Hang on. I don't know what the fuck that is. So American Tourister, especially for the small luggage thing, I have the cosmetic case. Some idiot dropped that off at the thrift store. I put the key somewhere. I don't know where it is. Some idiot dropped that off at the thrift store, his grandmother's stuff. And she had taken both of these were at two different thrift stores, but I got them both around the same time. And they'd both been taken such good care of The big suitcase did not have a key, but the little cosmetic case came with a key. I have it in here. So it's in here. It's just, I've laid it down somewhere. It's probably in the big suitcase. But anyway, the cosmetic case has a little key and it works. And you can't open it. You can't clip the lock or anything like that. You have to have the key. Otherwise you just destroy the whole box. So luckily nobody was able to really go through it, but there wasn't anything in there anyway. Nothing weird. Um, and the little key for the little cosmetic box also opens the big suitcase because they're both American Tourister. And I was going to try it. I was like, I wonder if this works. And sure enough, it unlocks both of them. So I was able to lock both suitcases with one key and just keep it in my wallet. I've put it somewhere. I don't know where the fuck it is, but I was going to show it to you because it's got a little guy on there. The key is like, they put a face on it with a hat on the side, you know, real sarcastic, and said, happy travels, blah, 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 something or other. I don't know what the fuck. Your grandmother would know what the fuck I was talking about. So anyway, I was in I was in Dallas on the way to Vegas, and I was eating a sandwich or something, and I had the cosmetic case. I had it with me because I didn't trust them for some reason. Like I have trust issues, so I kept it with me, and just took it on the plane because it's little, and I was able to get by with that. And I had it sitting on the counter. You know where you sit down on those long tables and you plug in and you can eat. I was sitting in one of those, and those had the cosmetic case like sitting there. And this older lady was walking past me, and she's walking around me because she's getting around my table, but her eyes were locked on that cosmetic case. And I said, come here, come here. So I haven't seen one of these in so long. I was like, I know. Let's check out the key, you know. And the key comes in a little envelope, and the envelope is in good shape and everything. Like whoever had the cosmetic case, she took care of that. But the big suitcase is in good shape too. Like you can tell it's old because the way it looks, but when you open it up, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's fun. I mean, the only thing that's weird on both of them is that whoops, can you see? The shit on the side is like trying to come off a little bit, and right there. And then right there, it's got like a little gap. But besides that, there's nothing, I mean, there's nothing wrong with, like, you could throw this and it would be fine. It does have one small dent on the top corner, but I don't know what you would have to do to cause that, because these things are made so good. But I mean, you could fill this up with something and just knock the hell out of somebody. It would be amazing. But anyway, so the key does work for it, and it works for the big suitcase as well. I was like, all right, sweet. So I locked them both. At airports, I suppose they don't have to cut suitcases open anymore because they check it before you even get anywhere with it. So I guess that's, you know, part of the past. But I know on trains, because they don't, or at least they used to not put it through the x-ray thing. Because I used to travel with my grandmother on the train. I went with her once, if not twice, but they didn't scan her suitcase. They didn't have that or whatever. You just got on the train. And then we got somewhere we were going, and they had cut open her suitcase, cut the locks. And somebody had taken a real big giant, and a lot of grandmothers have this, like, tell me why they do this, a big giant pair of metal silver scissors, like sewing scissors. They were huge and they were heavy, and you could kill somebody with them. Like, and they were substantial, these damn scissors. And she had those in her suitcase because she always carried those damn things. And somebody at Amtrak had cut open the lock, the little padlock on her suitcase, and of all things in there, they took the damn scissors. So whatever. But anyway, and she'd had those scissors a long time too. She was like, I had them damn things 30 damn years. And I was like, I'll get you some more. I'll get you another pair of scissors. You know, but anyway, so got to Las Vegas, met Lady TA, met Reverend Patience, cried a little bit, and then got in the car, went to the hotel. The hotel was unbelievable. It was breathtaking. It was fucking, anybody who likes to look at flashy stuff or exciting things would have had a blast in that hotel. It was some of the artwork was a bit, I would say, Art Nouveau. And there was like just everywhere you look, there was something to look at. They had the casino on the bottom floor too, so the casino was like exciting, whatever, with all the lights and shit, you know. But I'm not big on gambling myself. Like, that's not a thing that I'm interested in. I might one day, you know, like I might put in $20 just to see what happens, but I'm not somebody who's going to sit there for 2 hours and like try to, you know, try to make it work. I'm not going to do that. Um, but we walked around there for a little bit, looked around, and then went up to the room. The room was pretty sweet. My only complaint about the room, and we suffered from this, was that there were two mirrors, and you can tell somebody who didn't know anything about spirituality designed the fucking room, because there were two mirrors that were just about facing each other. I'm going to upload, I'm going to see if I have a video that I made of that, which I'm sure I did, and I'll upload it on YouTube to the Witch Vegas playlist, so y'all will see what I mean. After a while, I'll get those videos and upload them. It'll just be a reel. It's going to be a short one because it's just Snapchat videos. But there were two mirrors that were practically facing each other. And we had some issues. We had some issues with that. There were things jumping back and forth and giving us problems in the night. Luckily, I had taken something to help me sleep, and I'm hardcore. I had my earplugs and my blindfold. So that's three things that it took to get me to sleep, because I don't sleep in beds that aren't mine. I do not sleep. It's got to be my bed. I have slept on this bed frame. The mattress is new, but I have slept on this bed frame since 1993. So I'm sorry, 96. Yeah, 1996 was when we came back from England, and we got my bed. Because before that I was on a day bed in England. But I've had this bed, almost 30 years. So I can't sleep in other beds. Like, I just can't do it. And I have to take a lot. I have to, you know, do a lot of maneuvers to get to sleep in an unfamiliar environment. So I slept pretty well the first couple nights. The last night, not so much. I was also sad because it was over with on the last night. I was like, I'm sad we're leaving. Damn, you know, I've had a blast. This has been unbelievable. But you know, it was over with and we had to go. But we got there, got to the hotel room, and set all our shit down, you know, and we were waiting on somebody. We were waiting on someone else to show up. There was another lady, Baroness Lisa. She was driving up there, so we waited for her. And there was some confusion about schedules and stuff like that, and when we were going to eat and things like that. But eventually, we all got together, and we ate at a Thai restaurant. I forgot what it was called, but it'd be in my Snapchat because I fucking documented every step of the way. It was right down from the Orleans Hotel, a little Thai place, and it was very good. Their stuff always is. Like, there's bad Thai food. It's not. It's shit's good. And I had some of that. That was excellent as per usual. And we all just sat there and, you know, got to know each other a bit, because a lot of us were meeting for the first time. I was meeting all of them for the first time. And so that was real exciting for me. And I met Lady TA and Kasidana, the Weird Sisters, and met Baroness, met Patience, you know, just like, so it was just all of us sitting at that table, just having a good ass time. And we had some cake to celebrate Rev Patience's birthday. It was a little bit late, but you know, I think her birthday was January 6th. But it was just a good night. It was a good first night. We got up to it was Thursday night, the 18th. We ate, you know, we're satisfied, went back to the hotel, relaxed, and we didn't have anything planned for Friday except just to get the rooms ready, like the conference room we were going to be in. We were going to get that ready Friday evening. So we had all of Friday to kind of just like fuck around. And I was real tired, and I looked tired. I looked just as tired as I felt, if not more so. And I mean, my eyes were puffy. You know, I had put some cream on my face to like kind of brighten my skin so I wouldn't look tired. And I did it Thursday night when we got there. So Friday morning we got up and we were going to just have fun and run around for a little while, and then set up the tables that evening for the weekend, right? So Friday I got up about 8 o'clock or whatever. We were going to go get breakfast, and I'd had that stupid banana cream stuff in my face all night Thursday night. So Friday morning got up, and my face was red. and my eyes were puffy and I had the lines and shit. And I don't ever wake up looking like that unless something's wrong. Like this is how I normally look, the way I look right now. This is it. So there's no, I'm obviously got my lips, but this is it. So when I woke up and saw the puffiness and the lines, I was like, ah, shit, it's gonna be that kind of a day. It's gonna be that kind of a day. I slept okay though, but I think just because of all the excitement and the movement, like I don't know. But like I say, I don't sleep good in foreign environments. So even though I slept, my body was probably just like freaking out or whatever. I don't really know. I don't know if I get, but um, so got up and I was like, well, shit, let me put on as much makeup as possible to cover that up, and I did. And then we went to go eat, and I wore. Oh, and for breakfast we went to a place called the Black Bear, and it was good, and the service was excellent. I wore this coat, and because I'm ostentatious, I also had this, which I've never seen four of these linked together. I've only ever been able to find two. I mean, three. These little mink things, and they're real. It's real. And some idiot dropped this off at the Salvation Army when I worked there several years ago, when I was still living in Virginia. Some dumbass dropped it off. His grandmother's stuff. You know, a woman would have kept this shit just to have it. Because where are you going to find this? They're on eBay for $100. Why the fuck would you give it away? But some grandson was like, I don't need this fucking shit. This is junk. This is just women's junk. So I got his grandmother's damn mink, and I got his grandmother's fucking American Touristers. So fuck that guy. And I had this. I swear to God, this is how I went out for breakfast. I swear, this and the coat. That's not to say the other ladies didn't look fabulous as well. I'm just saying, I went all out because I'm a Taurus, and this is how we do things. But I went to breakfast at the Black Bear like this. Like I did. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So this is cute, but my only qualm is that these things, the fancy part of it is supposed to go above your ear. But the way the clip has been done, which I'm obviously going to have to switch, is to where it goes up in the hair. Well, that's not practical. That's not practical. If your hair is pulled back, which mine was, it would have to go down to get anchored into the hair. But if I do it that way, then it's covering that. And I'm not sure if that's right. Because it's supposed to come up the head. So whoever did this, it was cute, but they didn't do it quite right. So I'm probably going to have to cut that out and redo it, which is not a big deal. But anyway, so wore that shit to breakfast at the Black Bear, which was pretty fucking good. And thank God they had grits. I was like, oh my God, we're not in the South. They're not going to have grits. But they did, and they were good. I prefer my grits kind of chunky, and my mashed potatoes kind of chunky. So some people like watery grits. That's fine. You do you. But mine have to be chunky. They have to be substantial. So we had breakfast, and then we went to the dollar store because it was right down the road there, and just picked up a bunch of stuff we needed for the room, shampoo, stuff like that. I use a lot of shampoo because my hair is thick, and they had that little bottle, and I was like, let's just go to the store. So we all went down there, got a bunch of stuff we needed, and then went back to the room and just kind of rested for a little bit because we had to set up the room, the conference room, upstairs that evening, Friday evening. So about 4:30 or something, 4 o'clock, we went upstairs to the conference room. The tables had already been done. The tables were already out, and the black cloths were already laid on the tables. I think we had to move chairs or something. I'm trying to remember. But what we did was we went ahead and took all our goods up there to the conference room and put everything on the tables. And then we just took another black cloth and just covered our stuff. And then the room was locked overnight, so our stuff was safe. I went up there, took all my jewelry, and laid everything out looking all nice and neat. And I took some glass bottles as well because I have some good glass bottles that I just wasn't using, and I cleaned them out real good and let them dry really good, and did them for like 50 cents a bottle. Like, it's not, it's whatever. I'm not going to charge ridiculous amounts for a fucking glass bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like, half of these are just from spices and stuff like that. What's that spice brand that has the good glass bottles? The square bottles, the rectangular ones. Anyway, it was those. Spice Islands. I got no, Spice Islands is round. I forgot which one that is, but anyway. So, because I have a bunch of those, but I had some glass bottles, had the jewelry. I had two separate things for business card holders, stacked those up. And I had my tissue paper, my shopping bags for the jewelry that they would need to carry it, and everything. I came very well prepared, had everything I needed, and we got everything ready Friday evening, um, and then went to go eat again somewhere, one of those places downstairs, I think, and then got rested for um, Saturday morning, and um, and then Saturday we got up. And that was, that was going to be a big day because it was starting. So we got dressed real nice, went up to the convention center. Um, all of the VIP tickets had sold out, but there was a lot of events going on that weekend, I think, and I don't and we didn't have. I'll be honest, we didn't have quite as many people as we thought we were going to have, considering the tickets that had sold. So a bunch of tickets sold, but then all of those people didn't necessarily show up. So I don't know what that was about. At the same time, we were competing for space in the hotel in the hallways because there was a huge cheerleading championship at the same damn weekends. There was little girls running around everywhere. Um, that Kids get on people's nerves sometimes, but I'm gonna be honest, that they didn't. Kids don't get on my nerves. When I was younger, they did, but well, not necessarily get on my nerves. But when I was younger, I was afraid of having children because I thought I wouldn't be a good mother, and I was terrified of that. And so I was wary of children, when I was real young. But these days, it's not. I don't feel that way. It's like, well, I've had one. It's really not that bad. They're fine. They don't bug me. I consider their innocence every time I see them, and that's my mindset. So if there's a bunch of them running around screaming or whatever, they're loud, but it's not shattering my brain or any of that kind of shit. I don't have that. I don't feel that way about it. And the outfits were so cute, and their hair was done perfect. I'm not a big fan. The hair, yeah, you can do the hair good, but I'm not a big fan of putting makeup on little girls. I think it might be a little bit too much. Um, I don't think that's necessary because that's showing them that they have to do that every time. They've already got performance pressure from the championship stuff anyway, and then you're doing them up, making them look like models. I mean, and dressing up children, especially little girls, is traditionally a big thing in the South. I think it's starting to go away, but we're known for that, and I don't. That's not something I necessarily believe in. There's a lot of stuff, that is culturally accepted here, or has been, that I don't really go for, and that's one of them. But anyway, whichever cheerleading team had the gold outfit, the gold sequins, like that big gold chunk, that looked amazing. I don't know which team that was, but they looked so adorable in that. And there was another one that was green that was real cute. I saw them a lot. Um, and then everywhere, it was cool because, like, everywhere we had to go in the hotel, we had to traipse through the casino. So it's like we always saw like the cha-chings and the lights and the shit like that, and people just out there chilling and smoking and drinking, doing fucking machines and shit. Um, hopefully some people, hopefully the people that really needed the money got what they wanted. Um, but anyway, so I mean, that was good. We got there. I was supposed to do my speech Saturday, I think, originally, and there were some people who were working with us who were going to show up and be vendors and or do speeches, and a lot of those people didn't show up, and when they said they would, so I was like, all right. So that moved the schedule around for the speeches a lot, and I was supposed to do mine Saturday or something. So some things changed, and then Patience was like, "No, you're going to do yours tomorrow. It's better if you do it tomorrow. We should wait till tomorrow." And I said, "Okay, fine, all right, you know." But that was good because it gave me time to go over it and read it again and make sure that um, I I liked what I was, you know, saying, and give me time to go over the speech and really communicate exactly what I wanted to say. So, and then my speech was on the dark feminine goddess, what she does, and why we need her. And I thought it was a fairly good speech. Like, I haven't stood in front of a group, like, you know, in a room of people, and given any kind of a talk in a long time, if ever. Um, so that was a bit new for me, but I had a good time. Hang on one second, y'all. Okay, sorry y'all. Thanks for waiting. Okay, so like I was saying, so Saturday went really well. I I sold a good bit of jewelry on Saturday. I sold a bunch of pendants I've had, and a couple of the little, you know, glass bottles. And this and the glass bottles, they're not anything special. It's really just a couple of extra mason jars I had. I think from package I bought that weren't used, and then like a couple of these little. Oh, it's the Great Value brand. It's the or yeah, duh. Had one sitting right here. Um, that's my cloves from my cleanse I was doing. I was doing a parasite cleanse. But yeah, the Great Value brand. But I like these square bottles, so I get that one. Um, and there's no label on like printed on it, so I can soak these, get the labels off, and then just do whatever I want with them because there's no label on there. I think it's the Spice Islands that puts their name on the lid, so it's not as tacky if I resell or give away these. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so and then Saturday I wore like a maroon velvet dress I have that fit really well, and I had to sew on it a little bit because it was kind of big, but I made that fit, and then I wore that Saturday, and I met so many wonderful, wonderful people. Um, had I been able to go live on Instagram, I could have tagged everybody below, but I'll just I'll make a reel about it. But there's just so much information I gotta cram in here for you. So Saturday, I met all the amazing people that were vendors at this event. My favorites are a lady from the Temple of Sekhmet, and I did not get her name, but I found their website and I emailed them last night, trying to track her down. So I'm gonna find out who she is, because being in her presence was like so soothing. And I said that in the email too. I emailed them last night and I said, hey, to the lady who was at Witch Vegas with us, being around you felt fantastic. I just want to say that. If there's somewhere I can follow you online, I would love to. Thanks for being yourself and being there and doing stuff for us. She did like an opening blessing, stuff like that. Like she was that lady, she was fantastic. If I can get a hold of her account, like Instagram account or something like that, I'll tag her below because she was just wonderful. I never did catch her name. Somebody probably said it, but I didn't catch it. But she did the opening blessing, and that was really good. And there was a Mexican fellow there who had some fantastic tiger's eye necklace, and I got him on Instagram. He found me, and then I followed him back. He was cool as shit and had some good stuff. He was making the knives and just all kinds of stuff, and had jewelry. There was these two ladies from that are living in Alabama. I can't remember if they said they're from Alabama or they've been living there for a long time, but they live in Monroeville, I think. Yeah, and they're the main lady whose jewelry was being sold. She was there. Her name's Karen Nelson, and her business is called Bones of the Earth. And her jewelry was good. There was a lot of people there selling jewelry, but everybody's stuff was really different, so that helps. Um, but if you have questions about anyone I'm mentioning, just comment or whatever, and I'll send you the link or send you whatever information I have. There was, of course, Reverend Patience with Indigo Psychics Coffee, and they did sell some coffee. I was wishing that we could have a coffee pot in there to actually brew some up and let people try it or just drink it ourselves because it's so good. The Indigo Psychics Coffee, I highly, highly recommend. If you want to know, I'll see if I can put the link. I'll put the link in the YouTube description here when I'm done. And their coffee is fantastic. You can find them through my website as well. Message me and I'll send you the link if you can't, if you don't feel like looking for it, I'll give it to you. But their coffee is fantastic. It's very smooth. It's clean. It's I believe it's all organic ingredients. And it's made fresh. So when you place your order, it takes them a couple of weeks to get it together because they're making it fresh right away. It's not some shit that's been sat on a shelf for 6 months, just like drying out, waiting to be ordered. It's not that. They do it right then. They wait for you to order it. So it's very fresh. And it's just a nice, rich, just a rich coffee. It's very good. And the prices are very reasonable, extremely reasonable. So please check them out. Another person I met was Hallie Elise, and she does psychic readings, and she is fantastic. I highly recommend her. I have her Instagram as well, so let me know if you want to get in touch with her. She was just wonderful. She's very her vibe is very calming and soothing, and just very chill. If you're stressing out or if you're feeling bad about things, she's a good person to talk to for that. Also, Karen Nelson is as well. She's very cool, and I'm gonna come back to her in a second. And then, of course, my cuz that I found out about, Lady TA, and Ka Sudano, are the Weird Sisters, and this is their card. I think it's pretty cool, and it's a matte finish as well, which I also like. No, it's not matte. It's like a satin finish. And they have their, what do you call it, code on the back. They do a lot of different things. Just message them or message me, whatever. And I'm going to make a post about this on Instagram as well, so I'll tag everyone on Instagram too. Now on to, so that was Saturday when I got to meet everybody. There was a cool group there that was selling crystals and shit, and that was good stuff. It was unique stuff. There was a little girl there who was very intelligent, and she took initiative with a lot of things. She's very, very intelligent kid, and she does. She's on Instagram as well. Stories with Rory or something like that. I'm going to tag her on Instagram. So if you want to catch me there, or just message me and I'll send you her information. But she was interviewing people, and I don't know why the hell I didn't. I forgot to do an interview with her so she could ask me some questions. I can't believe I forgot that. But I thought about it and I was like, man, I should probably do that. Give her something to, something different, I guess. But I got too many. I got distracted with all the excitement and I just forgot. But maybe me and her can go live on Instagram or something sometime and do it then. Um, but anyway, she was very helpful and very just a cool, just a very good kid and very nice. Um, who else was there? The speakers, all the speakers were there. These are the people whose cards I got. I could have got more. Brother Wolfram was there, and he did a couple of real good speeches. I wanted to record everybody's speeches, but I realized because the speeches were just about back to back. So my phone, I could record a speech and then upload it to YouTube, but it would drain my phone battery, and I would only be able to do like one speech at a time, and I'd have to charge my phone and then go back and I also wasn't able to do that if the speeches were done back to back. You see what I mean? So I think next time I want to take my spare phone, one of them. I got a few spare phones because I don't get rid of those things. Take one of my spare phones and use that to record the speeches. Or maybe even alternate so that I can keep up with everyone's speech live, and do it that way. And that way I can have everyone's fucking speeches. And that can go on my Witch Vegas playlist. So we'll see what happens. There is going to be one next year. The Weird Sisters are doing it. I have every intention to go because obviously, my cuz is one of them, Lady TA, but also so we have and my mom had a picture of her grandparents as children. So it was like, it meant to be. It was pretty fucking sweet. But I'm gonna go out there because I want to see them again, and then also I just want an excuse to see Las Vegas again. Like I want to go back. Like I had such a good time. I mean, I live in Pell City, like, so I want to go back to Vegas like any chance I get. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to do more events. I'm going to look at doing more events, and and just see what's around and just just branch out and do stuff. So I've got a couple of different new ideas since I've gotten back from Vegas of things I want to do and things I need to get started like today. There's a certain project I'm going to get started on today that is going to be really big. It's probably going to be the biggest thing I've done so far. So yeah, Vegas gave me a lot to think about, and it exposed me to some great people, and I feel fantastic. So that was Saturday, and then Sunday was my speech day, and I was like, oh boy, because like I say, I haven't gotten in front of a crowd and said anything probably since high school. um, and I got up there and I did the speech, and apparently I did okay. So I didn't think I was going to do badly, but I wanted everything I said, to be taken well and to be understood and to be clear and precise. And I wanted to be um, just very clear in what I was saying and what I was trying to communicate, which apparently I did. But I'm a good writer. I've always been a good writer. That I can do. I could write a fucking speech. Um, and I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be. Like, it wasn't really that big of a deal. Um, I still wanted to get it over and done with to be able to say that I had done it. I can finally say, okay, I made a speech. But yeah, it wasn't. My nerves weren't um, as involved as you might think. But I'm used to being in front of a camera because I'm on a camera all the time. Or used to talking to people either online somewhere, either YouTube or the membership or other client stuff, or making videos and reels all the time and shit like that. So I'm used to being heard. It's not that doesn't bother me. So got the speech done on Sunday, and I went first. It was 11 o'clock, and things were starting to switch around again. I was like, hang on. I was, we had planned on me doing this Sunday, I want to go ahead and get it done. Like, I want to sit down and relax and sell my jewelry. So I did the speech. It was like 10 minutes or 18 minutes or some shit like that. I've uploaded it. It's on my playlist, Witch Vegas on YouTube. So you can check it out there. And like I say, I'm going to be uploading some stuff, some reels to that playlist as well, from the other stuff in Vegas that I got off my Snapchat. So did the speech, went fairly well. I goofed around a little bit afterwards after Baroness Lisa was nice enough to record it, and she made two speeches that were excellent. They were brief, but they were excellent. And I recorded both of hers, and they're on her page as well. If you have any questions about that, message me, and I'll send you the link for that. But hers were very good, and I liked the way she did it because she just improvised, and which I had thought about doing at first, but I thought nah, because I want to be able to. There's things that I'll remember later that I wish I had said. So I'd rather just sit down and write everything out now and know that I'm saying everything I want to say. What is this? I had this on backwards. I gave up. So, but anyway, I thought about like just improvising, but I know that I might, forget something after the speech is over with. So I figured I would just remember everything that I wanted to remember, write it down, and then just get up there and read it. So that's what I did. I did not take the time to memorize it, so I was reading the whole thing, but, c'est la vie. That was the first Witch Vegas. It was a good trial run, so now we know what else to do for the next one. The next Witch Vegas may not be in January, and it may not have all the same people there. So if some time goes by and we get closer to it, if you have any questions about who else is going to be there, message me and I'll get the information for you as of that date, and we'll see who else is going to be there. I have every intention of being there because I had such a blast and got along with everybody, and it was just nice to be in a group of people who think like me, and who just accept me, because like I say, I'm in a small town here, and small towns anywhere, not just the South, but small towns anywhere are hard to fit into, and if you're at all unusual or whatever the fuck, and I don't go to church, so that's bad enough. I'm already the devil. So like that plus all the other shit about me, whatever that wouldn't be accepted. So I'm definitely a bit of a loner in so many ways in this town, but it's still my family's hometown. I'm still glad that I live here. I'm still having a good time here. It's just, my circle is extremely, extremely small. And my two best friends are long distance. So, and they're just like me. It's just, we're long distance, but, that's just how it is. But it was nice to be in Vegas and be in such an exciting place, and to be around, a large group of people in a convention center that were just like me. And were into the same things I was into, and accepted me and understood me. And that was it, and weren't afraid of me. I met a politician the other day who saw the signs on my car which say live your best life through your dark feminine power, and he doesn't know what that means. Okay. They don't know what that means, and dudes especially aren't going to like it anyway, and churchy dudes especially won't like it, and because they don't want anything that makes us powerful at all, right? We know that, but he saw my signs, live your best life in your dark feminine power, and he said, so what does that mean? And I was like, how do I you don't want to know. Just forget about it. Just pretend you didn't see that. But I tried to water it down as much as possible, and I said, I help women make better decisions about things so that they don't feel like they're on the back foot or like they're on the losing end of situations. and to help them better prepare for life by having backup plans and having more security for themselves and being more independent so they're not at other people's mercy, which is basically what I teach pretty much. But I do it with a dark feminine mindset, which means it can be taken as conniving by people who don't understand it. Okay, so basically, but that's generally what I do. It's just there's a certain mindset to it, and the confusion behind that is that the phrase dark feminine has been a bit hijacked, in my opinion, and is used mainly to describe women who take advantage of men and use men to pay all their bills and get men to be obsessed with them, which you do not want. You do not want. You do not want. I've had men obsessed with me, and it's a fucking pain in the ass, and it's very dangerous. You do not want them obsessed with you, per se, as it were. You don't want that. You don't know what you're saying. Like these 20-year-olds that say, yes, I want him to be obsessed with me. You don't understand what you're talking about. Okay. So I don't like that. I don't like how the phrase dark feminine or the concept of dark feminine has been twisted into, oh, let me get these men to pay my bills. That's not what that is. First of all, you're putting yourself at their mercy. So when they quit paying your damn bills, what are you going to do? You need to have your own goddamn money. You need to have your own, you need to be financially independent as possible to save yourself so that you're not relying on men all the fucking time. That doesn't make any sense. How are you in control if you're relying on men to feed you? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm a Taurus, so I'm a staunch, rugged individualist. So my take on the dark femme lifestyle is you need to have your shit together because other people won't. Period. And we'll get into that. We'll touch on that in a little bit here, but because I got to make a few videos today. But anyway, so my speech was on the dark femme, and it went really well. And then Sunday afternoon, things were starting to wind down, and I was getting sad on the inside because it was getting to be over with. We were coming to the end, and I was like, fuck. Could live in this hotel, like, just, oh my God, we had such a blast, and we ate good food and drank good booze and just like had a good ass time. Saw some good looking men. Some of the men at the hotel at the airport in Las Vegas, I was like, God damn, what planet are you from? Shit. And they were just going to some place to get beer, and I was like, Jesus Christ. So, Vegas is the place for me. Like, I don't have any intention of like moving there and getting famous or anything like that. It's not that. But I mean, like, to go somewhere that exciting, and it's everything you've seen on TV. People dress nice, fancy clothes, lights everywhere, shit to look at, exciting things to look at, like sensory overload type shit, and good food, good restaurants everywhere, just anything you can imagine. And what was interesting for me and new for me was to see the mountains in the background, like going down the main road. There's just like mountains right there. I'm not used to that because here in the South, to really see well, you can kind of see them on the interstate, but to see the real mountains, you go out into the woods where no one really lives except the guys that make moonshine. And you go out there and then you see the mountains because we haven't encroached on all that yet because that's not how we do here. So it's not the same. But the big difference, if you go out there, if you've never been to the Southwest, the big difference you'll notice, especially on the plane before you even hit the ground, is that there's no fucking greenery. They don't have fields. If they do, I don't know where they are. Because I was coming from Dallas to Vegas, right? Brown. Just brown, like red. That was it. I thought, y'all can't grow nothing. Like, I don't know how they eat because I don't know where all their farmers are. That and no trees and stuff. Like here in the South, we have, especially in Alabama, we have the state of Alabama on its own has more biodiversity than the rest of the fucking country put together. So I can go anywhere in Alabama and see fucking everything. All the different types of shit you'd see in nature, all the fucking frogs and animals and shit. Like, we have more of that here than everybody else. and in the country, and so I'm used to that. And we went to Nevada. It's not Nevada, it's Nevada. You wouldn't say Alabama. It's Alabama, so it's Nevada. There's one person I learned that from who said that, who is from Nevada, and when he said that, I never forgot it. So that's how I know. But anyway, it's Nevada. So, but going out there, I looked out the window and I was just like looking and looking and looking. And they had like, they had like small mountains leading up to it. I didn't see like the Rockies, but I probably saw like the tail end of it, I suppose. Like here in Alabama, we have like the tail end of the Blue Ridge Mountains, etc. Um, but anyway, so on the plane, I was looking down. I was like, "How do y'all eat?" Because nothing was growing. It was okay though. I mean, they get it from somewhere. So, but it was different. It was something different. And the cool part was the mountains and shit were red, right? But then the fucking snow just on the top, And I tried to get some pictures of that. That's on my Snapchat as well. But I thought that was kind of cool because it was something different. But to like go down the road, a main drag and all the fancy stuff to look at, and the fucking palm trees lining the streets, and then mountains right there, that was kind of cool because it was different. One of my favorite things, speaking of mountains, especially the triangle shape, was there's a pyramid out there that I don't know what it's for. I don't know what it's for, but there's a pyramid right there. Like you can see it from the hotel, and the pyramid, and that's on my Snapchat as well. So I'm gonna upload that. Don't think I won't. And the pyramid has big letters on it, and it says "Bet MGM." I was like, the pyramid says "Bet." So I guess I'll look it up and see what the fuck I was looking at, but just thought it was funny. And I got plenty of footage of like the outside of the hotel and how it looks. It's very fucking, very colorful and just like old fashioned looking. It's pretty fucking sweet. And then, like I say, you get on the inside, and aside from the casino part itself, a lot of the artwork and the things that they had in there were, yeah, I would say Art Nouveau. And there was like shit that you wouldn't expect. Like you look upstairs around where the convention center is, and they don't have real balconies. If you're in the convention center, you can look out the window down below to the casino. But if you're in the casino and you're looking up at the convention center windows, the windows are there, you can see them, but there's like a fake balcony that goes around, like a veranda just goes around the top, and it's all decorated and shit, and there's life-size figurines. They don't move, but it's like life-size statues of people dressed up in different outfits or something, for carnivals or some shit like that. Just like cool shit. Everywhere you look in there is just something else to look at, something else to take in. So if you're coming from a real boring environment and you need some excitement, I'm telling you right now, Vegas is the place to be. Like, that is the place to be. So, and so anyway, Sunday afternoon started to roll around. The last few people were coming in. I did sell a bunch of jewelry. I sold about half of what I showed up with. So I came back. I left with 2 big freezer bags of jewelry, right? Because I keep everything in Ziplocs to keep it neat. And I came back with 1 bag. So I sold half my stuff, which was kind of cool. And there was some lady that wanted like all my pendants. She was like, "Oh my God, I just want all these." I said, "Girl, you can have them. They're $1, 50 cents. They're just like little things like you would put on bracelets and stuff, little charms and stuff. Those things were 50 cents. I was like, I'm not greedy, just like whatever, 50 cents, take it, have it. So, because I don't, for my jewelry, I do not overprice anything. I have seen other people make stuff, with basic shit like rose quartz and charge, $150 for a fucking thing of rose quartz. I'm gonna be real with you right now. Rose quartz is a good ass stone, but unless it's like infused with some healing shit from some shaman out in the middle of nowhere that actually does its job, it shouldn't be $150. Don't go on some website and buy something made in New York City that is $150. That's just a rose quartz or an amethyst that hasn't been infused with some kind of spell work or some shit to like change your life. Okay, if it's not that, don't spend that. Period. I have looked at websites of other jewelry makers to see what they do with semi-precious stones. And by semi-precious, I mean one you can go to Michael's or was it Hobby Lobby and buy strands of, which would be all the basics: quartz, labradorite, some shells, amethyst, whatever the fuck, the basics. You can go to a craft store in the city and buy strands of that for $8 a piece. Don't let anybody charge you $150 or something like that for something, for one of those. Don't. It's, come to me if you want that. Okay, it's just Jasper. All right, it's I'll make one and sell it to you for a fraction of the price, because there's no reason to charge that. If it was like sapphires, I could see overpricing it, but not for that shit. So, but like I say, unless it's been specially treated by an energy healer or a shaman or someone like that who has programmed a specific thing into it to make it do a certain job for you, then you pay that price, because it was something special was done with it. Then you pay that. But if it's not that, if it's just something shipping from China, bro, don't spend that. So I sold most of my stuff, or I'd say at least half of my stuff, which was cool because my suitcase was a little bit lighter. And I mean, just just had a blast. And then Sunday evening, we ate. We had Chinese, was really good, and we sat at the table with the two ladies from Alabama, and their business card. The main lady was Kara Nelson and her sister Linda, who are very, very wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. It was so good to talk to them, and I said some things. Me and Karen exchanged a couple of concepts, a couple of ideas that we both agreed on that we didn't know we were going to agree on. She said something, and I agreed with her, and we kind of laughed about it because it was unusual. And we just had a good time. I don't know what else to tell you. What I'm going to do now is show you all the goodies I got. I'm overwhelmed because there's so much. So the Weird Sisters, let's start with them. I got from them, I'm going to save the big one for last. I got this candle, Mama Voodoo Casudano. She did this one. The art, sorry, I'll start up here. The artwork is fantastic. Just really good. I'm a bit of an artist myself, but this isn't something I would be able to do. The stuff I do is a little bit different. But that's just excellent. That this I see you, bitch. Actually, Reverend Patience got this. I guess she bought it from him, and she actually gave it to me. So it's kind of from both of them, to be honest. And then their business card. And if you want to know, if you need me to give you their information, please let me know. And I want to make sure this is everything I got from them, I think so. Oh, no, my Lilith necklace. Look at that. Look at that. And I couldn't believe it. I saw it. I was like, oh my God, I never thought I would find that. But there it is. My son liked it too. He took a liking to this, and I didn't even have to tell him anything about it. He was just like, what is that? And I was like, I'll tell you. So anyway, but that is fucking sweet. I saw that and I was like, man. And then finally, the pièce de résistance is this. Like, I can't get enough of this. I can't get enough of it. Look at that. So I'm just so pleased with this. And then, like, after I packed my suitcase, I was like, how the fuck am I gonna get all this shit? And somehow I got everything in the suitcase. And I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get this in there because I thought, I'm gonna crush it if I try to put it in there. I'm not crushing it. And I wore it on the plane on the way home because, like, I knew I couldn't smash it in the suitcase. So I got on the plane with it, but people liked it though. Like, people were asking me questions about it and shit, but it wasn't so much my intention to show off as much as it was I just wanted to preserve the damn thing. So, but I think it's fucking sweet. And they had a bunch of real good hats. And I looked at them, I thought, oh, man, I know I want a hat. I just don't know which one. I just got to let it come to me. And then finally I decided on this one. Red is my favorite color. And, well, I like black as well. I like red and black. But I like the roses. The roses are like velvety. And, it's got a little black feather there. I like how this is short. And, of course, I love Egyptian shit, so the ankh in the front, I couldn't, and it's red, and it's a spider web design, so I couldn't say no to that. So the hat. And then I'm going to put this stuff aside so I know what I've already done. And there was another lady there who made a speech, and she had a vendor table as well. She was selling her books and possibly some other things I can't remember. There was like 15 vendor tables, so I can't remember everybody's stuff exactly. But there was an author there who does Appalachian Granny Magic, and her speeches were real good. And she gave me this, Pat Bussard O'Keefe. If you want her contact information, let me know and I will find it for you. But this is just, I can't wait to get into this. Like, this is going to be fantastic. And then she signed it for me. I got her to sign it. And she says, Miranda, enjoy the power of the dark goddess. Use that power wisely. Beautiful soul. Pat Bussard O'Keefe. So, I mean, that's just, she was really cool. I mean, just, I've seen women like her before, and I'm always interested in women like that because they just have a cool vibe about them. And she was very open-minded and accepting and just easy to talk to as well. Well, all of these people are that I'm mentioning, to be honest with you, but I just can't say enough good things about everybody that was there. I did not get Pat's card, but like I say, if you want to track her down, just get in touch with me and I'll find her for you. And I want to talk about, Reverend Patience gave me some goodies. We bought some, she bought some hair ties at the dollar store, and she's like, and there was a black one in there. She's like, I want the black one. If I buy them, will you take the other two? And I was like, girl, yeah. That's my color right there. That's my color. And then Patience gave me a bottle of this perfume. I would say it's the first thing you smell is the first and last thing you smell is peaches. There's something in there that's like sugar. I want to say maybe like a drop of cucumber or something. And then look at the bottle. The bottle's fantastic. And it's hard too. Like, I could hurt somebody if I wanted to. And she also gave me a bunch of these, and it's a protection oil. It smells really good. It's a very earthy tone. It's almost like cologne. So I have a handful of those. And she gave me this. Y'all know what I do with this. For those of you who've been following me long enough, I do belly dance. This is my shit right here. And I didn't have a black one. I have a blue one and a yellow one. Now I got black. So, it smells like my perfume too. And she also gave me an outfit she didn't even want. And it's a black velour skirt and the top, the matching top. And she gave me a leather corset to go with it as well, which I did not have. I have a fabric one, like regular fabric one, but I did not have a leather one. So I have two now, and that's pretty fucking sweet. And then on to the two ladies from Alabama, Karen Nelson and Linda. Karen was wearing one of these, and I saw it from far away, and I was talking to Linda, like, this is cool. Oh, sorry, here it goes. Just one of the, and I love these kind of things because they're just good enough for like a little bit of a breezy day or maybe a little bit rainy, because I don't like bundling up unless there's snow on the ground. I don't get cold that much. So, but this is just, and it's long, and this is perfect. It can go on top of anything. I love this kind of shit. And Karen was wearing one. I was talking to Linda. We were standing kind of far away, and I said, I like Karen's whatever that's called, duster or whatever. I don't know what to call it. Linda was like, girl, I got one just like it if you want it. And I said, no, I can't take your stuff like that. I mean, I feel bad, like, I just said I liked it, but she was like, nah, we got this shit at home. I'll go get it. And she went up to her hotel room, got her thing like this, which was this one, and brought it down and just gave it to me. I was like, girl. So, and Karen Nelson also gave me this. And tied it, and it's got a little key dangling from it. A key and something else. Oh, key and a heart. Oh, yeah. So, and this feels good. It doesn't choke or anything like that. I had brought something like this to wear, which is funny because, like, I had already planned on wearing something like this, but she gave this to me and I wore this one. Um, I might be wearing it in my speech video. I can't remember, but this is cool. And she probably put this together. It's made well. You can't see the seams or anything. Those little black shiny beads sewn in. And I like how the charms are, you can't really see where they're connected at the top, so I think that's kind of cool. And Karen was also selling her jewelry, and she had some rings that were for sale that had been hers, and that she was just getting rid of. And I got the two that I liked the best, which was this amethyst and this amber. So I thought those are sweet. I don't have rings like this. Most of my rings are like big stones in a plain setting, like nothing too fancy or whatever. But these two I thought would be cool because they're a little bit different. And I was like, let me get this shit. So I bought these two. And then I think that's it for my goodies. That might be it. But I mean, I came back with a lot of good stuff. Some of it I bought, some of it was given to me, but I came back with some little treasures that I'm very proud to have. And like I said, I just met some unbelievable people, and I just had a good ass time. I had such a blast. I got there, I wasn't worried about making money. It wasn't like that. I was totally detached from the money thing. I didn't give a shit about that. It wasn't even like that. I was just there to have a good ass time, experience something different that I hadn't experienced before, meet some cool ass people, and just do something new that that I hadn't done before. And that was just what I did. And I just happened to come back with some money, so I had a hell of a time, and I can't wait to go back. So Sunday evening came around. We closed up, took all our stuff upstairs, and then packed our stuff. And then Monday morning, it was time to go. Reverend Patience left first. She left kind of early in the morning, and then me and Baroness Lisa got in her car and went down to the airport like around 11 or something like that. Because my plane didn't leave till 1:30, so I had some time to chill, which was good because I needed to charge my stuff and just kind of hang out for a little bit and do some stuff online before getting on the plane. So, and then I got on the plane with my hat, and I just had a good ass flight home, and I was excited. I didn't want to leave Vegas, but I was excited to get back and like look at all my goods and see my son and tell him all about it and unwind and put into use some ideas that I had. So I've come up with a couple of things I want to start working on for my business. Just got some good ideas while I was out there, but the best part about all of it, not just selling the jewelry, not just like getting the new ideas, whatever. The best part was being around people who were like me, who thought like me, who accepted me, and being around people who raised me up and elevated me and thought highly of me and supported me and believed in me and thought I was thought I was cool. It's like because once I got back, and I was in back in my home setting, I felt invincible. I still do. Like I feel like I can just do anything because I committed to something that I'd never done before. And I was a little bit nervous because I thought, I hope I do this right. I hope this goes well. And it was just something new. And I pushed myself and said, well, I'm just going to jump in and do it. And went to Vegas and had a good ass time and met people I was actually related to, which I didn't know. And, sold some jewelry and gave out some business cards and made some connections and met some cool ass people and got into a group that accepted me. And then I've come back home and I've got all this to turn over in my head and consider, and I've got new ideas for my business and things I want to do now. So I just, I feel great. I feel pumped, just like, I feel like I can take on anything now. And all it took was for me, to be, because usually I'm having to hype myself up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm very much an individualist. I'm very much, alone in my head a lot of the time, and a lot of the time. And I don't have like large groups of friends where I go out and do social butterfly stuff. I don't do that. I have a few close friends that I trust, who I go out with and do things with and stuff like that. But I don't have like there's not like groups of people waiting to hear from me, that I'm gonna take turns going out with all week long and like explain. It's not like that. I my life is I have a successful life and I live a good life, but it's a little bit quiet, and it's not I'm not bouncing all over the place. Some days I feel like I am, when I'm busy, but most of the things I do, I operate alone. So I'm usually the one hyping myself up for shit. And this time I went to Vegas and met all these great people, and they hyped me up and supported me, and just, and they didn't have to buy my stuff or anything like that. It wasn't like this, just like just being there, just being present with people, and being with people that believed in me and understood me and understood the things I said. Because here, like, in Pell City, I can't say shit about, um, anything. I can't say shit about listening to Hertz tones for spiritual cleansing, or um, you know, whatever, and you can't talk about spirits and ghosts and shit like that, because they get scared, and they'll just say, "Oh, you need to pray about it." I can't pray about it. Something's got to be physically done, and because they're not Catholic, they don't do house cleansings and shit like that. So it's like they're stuck in this thing that they're in, and it's like, I grew up in Catholic school, so I know that there's fucking protocols for shit. If you really want to get something done, there's a set process for that. Whether I'm Catholic or not, I'm not, but I still know, I'm still aware that it's there. So when you grow up in a system that teaches you that no matter what situation you're in, there's a thing for that we can do to fix it. And Catholicism, I'm not good with monotheism. I'm not at all. But Catholicism, in a lot of ways, will come through for you if you need, if you're the type of person who wants or needs a solid foundation and a very solid, structured system that tells you how to do anything, so that you're not left trying to figure things out on your own. Catholicism won't make you do that. It'll say, no, there's this, get this book, read this part, it's this was already set up 2,000 years ago, use this method, or whatever the fuck. It'd be a bunch of medieval stuff, but they're good for that, if nothing else. I'll give them that. So if you're the type that's looking for that kind of structure, I would suggest Catholicism, if that's what you want. I grew up in that system, and I'm familiar with it, and I know how they operate, and that's something that is helpful for people that need that. I myself desire structure like that sometimes, not so much from them. It'd be nice. It would be easier if, I could just fall back on that, but I can't. I can't. So it's, in a lot of ways, it's a bit lonelier for me, because I'm kind of like, flying solo with a lot of the shit I do, and unless I ask somebody specifically for advice on one thing or another. But like I say, to be in a group of people who accepted me and understood me and didn't think I was weird, or any of that shit. Like I could do whatever was natural for me, or talk about things I was interested in, and everybody else around me was just like, yeah, 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 and it's not the same here. I can't say that shit in Pell City, because they're gonna say, "Oh Lord, you need to go to church," and I don't want to do that. I don't want to. That can't help me. So, but then again, I guess if I had to say a benefit in Protestantism would be that because they don't have that set of strictures and rules and protocols and steps and processes and systems. Protestants don't have that, and they go more by improvising or speaking from the heart and things like that. Like for prayers, they're not known for going to a book and finding the right one. They'll just make it up right there. So if you're more of that type, that might be something you could try. I don't know. But I don't necessarily fit into either one, but I'm also not monotheistic. I can't handle that. My brain can't take it. So, because there's too much that's left out, and I have too many questions. And that's why I failed religion class in Catholic school. Okay. My dad was angry. I'll never forget that. I was like 11, and the report card came home, and he said, "Miranda, why are you failing religion class? Because I had like grown up in Catholic school, like is all I knew. And I said, look, I don't understand most of what they say, and what little I do understand, I disagree with. And he just, you know, he didn't. That didn't matter. So I didn't get a lot of help. It's okay. I'm used to doing shit by myself. Period. Just used to it. Then in a lot of ways that's been lonely. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend, I've never felt lonely in that way. It's lonely. It definitely is. So don't kid yourself. I have my moments where I'm wishing things were different sometimes too. But this is a little old pill city, so can't have it all. The town has other benefits, and I'm glad to be back in Alabama. I'll never complain about that, but because there's other benefits here for sure. But the religion part is difficult for me. Difficult because there's so much I can't say that I wish I could, but I know everybody's gonna go, if I say what I want to say, so I just like have to keep so much shit to myself until I know I'm around the right person. So, but anyway, Vegas was unbelievable. The flight home was very good. It seemed like it was a little bit longer than getting there. I don't know why, but could also just been the time change. I tried to take a picture of Birmingham at night through the airplane window, but like all the lights went psh in the picture, how they just kind of like stretch out. So it's like, you could tell we were moving, but anyway. I don't get nervous on planes. I don't have that problem. A lot of people do. I felt pretty good. The only part I didn't like was that nauseated feeling you get when the plane's inclining and you're going like this, flying up. So, because he's trying to like get up there and level out. And that was a little bit icky, but it wasn't terrible because it only lasted a few seconds. Because they go at an angle, like you can feel that angle. I did feel bad for the people that really do get scared on planes because I know they're out there, and I don't know what they do. When I was in the Army, I had a friend who said that he had to drink in order to fly, to just be on the plane. He had to drink, and I was like, bro. It's a good thing we're both getting chaptered out because you definitely wouldn't have lasted. Like, I can handle flying. That doesn't bother me. It never has done. But I said, we were both getting chaptered out at that time. His might have been, I think his was mental health reasons. Mine was just I didn't agree with anything. If you have questions about that, I did a video called My Time in the Army, and you can go on my playlist, Just Me, on YouTube, Just Me playlist, and scroll down until you see My Time in the U.S. Army, and that video explains everything pretty much that I went through there and why the fuck I left. So anyway, every now and then I think about that kid, and I think, I hope that things got better for him because he didn't. The Army had gone 6 months without paying him. Well, they can get by with it though because they're the government, so there's no one there's no one to correct them. It's not like you work at McDonald's and there's always a higher up manager. If you're in the military, there's no one above that. You can't, there's no one who's going to whip them into shape. 80% of our taxes go to the military. So no one can correct them when they do the wrong thing. And he didn't get paid for 6 months, and he had to eat at the chow hall every day. And anything he needed, his friends bought it for him. Underwear, shaving stuff, whatever. Because the fucking military just quit paying him. And I was like, hey, y'all know he's still here, right? What the hell? At least they gave me my fucking paycheck, but I couldn't get out of there fast enough. Like, long story short, they were doing some things they shouldn't have been doing, and me and a bunch of people got together and said, well, we're going to tell, because they were doing shit they shouldn't have been doing. And we pointed to the books and said, see this here, the rule is this, and y'all aren't doing that. And we went to their superiors, and then their superiors chewed them out because turns out we were right. And then they turned around and killed us for telling. And that cycle just went on and on and on and on like that. And finally, me and about 20 other people decided it was time to go. In short, like in a nutshell, that's what it was. Details, like if you want a detail, I can give you this one. They would type up incidents that had taken place where we were involved, and it would be a paragraph of some shit that didn't happen. And they would say, all right, Quinones, sign it. Sign it? Bitch, this never took place. I've been at the pizza place, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then we were made to sign documents admitting to things we hadn't done, and then we were punished for it. So I knew it was time to go. Period. Just as an example. But so one time, my drill sergeant, he added me on Facebook after I left boot camp and went to Fort Sam Houston to do combat medic training, which I did. I finished. And my drill sergeant messaged me on there, and we got to talking a little bit, and he's like, so how's medic training? I said, oh, it's good, blah, 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 whatever. Everything was okay at that point, because they hadn't gotten mad at me yet for pointing out the rules. And we got to talking, and the drill sergeant said something I never thought he would say, which was, oh, that's funny. I thought you were interested in me. Like someone said that or something. Oh, thought you were interested in me. And at that time, I looked like a little Russian model with a Cleopatra haircut. That's how I looked. And I was also starving, so you probably wouldn't recognize me. But anyway, I looked the way I always did. It just had a good haircut and was slim. Period. And the drill sergeant messaged me chatting on Facebook and goes, I thought you were interested in me. Like trying to make it a joke. And I just wasn't thinking. And I said, really? Who said that? And his name's, not Joseph, Joshua Gresham, Joshua Gresham, and I think he's from Arkansas or Louisiana. I can't remember, but he had been in Alabama because he talked about that. I do remember that. I want to say Arkansas, but anyway, Joshua Gresham. He was a good drill sergeant though. Like he did his job good. He was good to us and took good care of us. He was no nonsense, but he wasn't talking to us like we were worthless and shit like that. Some other guys did, which I thought was a bit pointless. Because that's not, you can't get somebody's respect, but not a human fucking being anyway, but you can't get a human's respect by telling them that they're trash. So I have some qualms about the military and how they handle things, if you please. I don't think that their way of the way men talk to each other, they trash each other. Maybe that is how they communicate and build each other up. I guess that's their thing. If that's y'all's world, fine, you can have that. But the rest of us don't want to be talked to like shit. But that wasn't why I left. I knew that that's what they were going to do. That's not why I left. I was used to that. But it was the other stuff. It was pointing out the rules and then getting in trouble for pointing out the rules. That's when I decided it was time to go, basically. So, like I said, the last time I'd been on a plane was in 2010 when I was coming home from the Army. So it'd been a long time since I'd been in a fucking airport and on a fucking plane. But anyway, so, and then Monday night, my mom and my son were at the airport late picking me up. Like 11 o'clock. We got in late. I don't know what happened. I was supposed to get there at 9:30 and it was like 10:30 or some shit like that. I don't know. Got home late, and then because I'm about 40 minutes from Birmingham, from pretty much anywhere in Birmingham. If I go the speed limit. Got back, didn't unpack things. I was kind of tired, and I just like took a good shower, washed my hair real good, and then watched a little bit of Trailer Park Boys, which I have just recently been introduced to by my brother. And I watched the entire show because I couldn't take my eyes away. It was such a funny show. I'd heard about it here and there, but I just never thought to look into it. And I'm now a fan of Trailer Park Boys. If you've not seen it and you have a silly sense of humor and you like to drink and you don't mind a lot of cussing, then go watch it. It's funny. It'd be worth it. If you've had a bad day, go look at it. So watched a little bit of that and then went to bed. And then the next day I let my son stay home from school because he had been up so late having to pick me up, right? from the airport. So usually when something like that happens, I just let him stay home and sleep because I'm not making him do that. I never slept as a kid or a teenager, so I don't know how I'm alive right now. But I didn't sleep a lot as a kid or a teenager, so I don't. I know how that feels, and I don't ever make him go do school shit if I know he hasn't rested. I don't do that. So, but anyway, that was my Vegas trip pretty much. We just had a good ass time, and my advice would be, if you've never been to Vegas and you want to go and trust yourself to make the right decisions. Just be safe about it. If you don't know anybody there, stay in places where it's heavily populated, which women have to do anyway, so you'll be used to that. But um, go and have a good time and let yourself enjoy stuff and just. But like I say, especially in the dark femme mentality, and y'all know this about me, is push yourself to do things that you have not yet done, and push yourself to do things that are on your bucket list, or things that you feel like you're not going to be able to do, like, or you're not up to, or you're a little bit nervous about. Do it anyway. That way, when it's over, once you're going to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do this anyway. You get there and you realize it's not that big of a deal, and you're actually having a good time. Good. And then you get it, and then you're done, and it's over with, and you come back home, and you've done it, and you can check it off your list, and you can say, wow, that really wasn't that bad. I'm glad I did that. So you realize that you can handle more than you thought you could, and you've got that under your belt now. You can say you've done that. You see what I mean? So that's the dark femme mentality, if you want to throw that in. That's how you do that. So, like I say, but it's even better if you can get yourself around people who care about you and are interested in getting to know you, and are safe to be around. Like all the people I was with were very safe, and very good people, and very trustworthy, and everybody took good care of me, and looked out for me, and we all like bought each other's meals and stuff and things like that, and just like, it was just a very, very good time all around. And don't be afraid to spend money on yourself, and get yourself something nice, and eat somewhere nice, and don't be afraid to just have a good ass time, and enjoy yourself, and whatever, do whatever you want, and just be safe, and get a lot of good pictures, and get a lot of good stuff on Snapchat. The thing I like about Snapchat is that you can record and take pictures all you want, and it doesn't take up space on your phone or anywhere. My Snapchat is absolutely loaded. I've been on Snapchat since like 2017. Mine's fucking loaded, but everything I want to find is on there, and it doesn't take up space on my phone. It's like a storage. So, and like I say, I'll go and get the videos from Snapchat, and download them and make them reels for the YouTube Witch Vegas playlist. And then we're going to have another Witch Vegas next year. It's going to be a different group running it this time. I will keep y'all updated with details as we go along, because I definitely I want an excuse to go back. And like I say, my cuz is out there, Lady TA, so we got to go out there and compare notes on genealogy and stuff like that, and pictures and things. But I just had such a good time, and I would highly suggest it. Like, that was only my first time there. I can't wait to go back. So I'd like to go back, outside of Witch Vegas, just to go and just have fun, you know what I'm saying? And like not be on a schedule or whatever. That would be cool too. So I'd like to plan that eventually too. But that's it for now. I just figured I'd tell you all about that trip, and, and how good it was, and how I can't wait to go back and do it all over again next year. I don't know what my speech is going to be next year. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'll still have jewelry. I'm always going to make jewelry and stuff, but um, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. I'm still, recovering from being kind of tired, but I'm going to get some stuff done today. I'm going to start on a new project today. I'm not going to tell anybody about it just yet. But someone gave me a fabulous idea, and every time I talk to that woman, I feel good. Renee, if you ever see this video, thank you, thank you, thank you, 1,000 times thank you. And I'm going to get started on it today. And I'm also on the Pill City Line Dancers dance team, and tonight at 5:30 I got to go to rehearsal and practice for the dance we're doing in a couple months. So I got a full day ahead of me. But anyway, that's it for now, and thanks everybody for hanging out with me and listening, and you know, check out my story. And that's it for today. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks.